So this is what you would call a real rough and ready basket. Very fast, very loose, very easy, made out of a really soft material, tulle. So kind of a man's basket, because usually you're making one of these when you're going out fishing, and it's just like a bag, something to hold stuff. And you don't expect it to last long, and it's not going to take you long to make. You just pick it and use it right there. And then you have baskets like this, a whole shoot basket. So these are made from the branches of willow that have been peeled, which is why you've got that nice kind of golden color on it. This would be an acorn gathering basket, so it's sized so that you can have something that's fairly large that it carries. It's not going to fall through these openings. It's very strong. And this is a carrying net that's attached to the net, goes across your shoulders. So it's like a backpack. Same shape, twined again. And it's, much finer. You're going to be carrying things that are very small. So in this case, seeds, native grains, grass seeds, the seeds from different shrubs that you're going to make into kind of a mush, panoli they called it, or a bread. It's made to work with this twine basket as a pair. Again, really simple shape, absolutely designed for what it was to do. And so when you're harvesting those grains, you're using these together and you are holding this next to the plant stalks that have the ripe grains. Use this to hit them and they just fall right in. One of the things that happens when you harvest this way is that you're not going to get everything falling perfectly into your basket. And so as those seeds fall out, you're going to increase the size of that patch because of your harvesting from it. So as you work with those plants, you help yourself, but you also help the plants. It's a good model. You're going to never see a more beautiful design. This is sort of one of the classic pomo designs, and that spiraling shape. You could see how smooth and just incredibly shiny this surface is. It's a technique called diagonal twining. It's much harder to do. Doesn't make it any more functional, but I think the person that made it loved it. This is an aesthetic choice. The maker made this so it would be particularly beautiful, and it would really lends itself well to these spiraling designs. Two main ways in general to make a basket. One is twining. This is a twine basket, and one of the things you can see on this are all these little sticks at the rim here, all pretty much exactly the same size. Those are the warp sticks. This is how a twine basket starts. You have all your foundation rods, these sticks. Then this is your weft, your weaving material that's going back and forth around those. And that's how you make the fabric of the basket. And it starts out flat, and then you're going to start to pull it up on the sides. Pomo people used at least 7 different kinds of twining techniques. And a lot of times, when you're looking at twine baskets in particular, you can see 4 or 5 different techniques on the same basket being used in particular places for often functional reasons. What is that job that basket has to do? Here's another one of the classic shapes of pomo baskets, these tray shapes. A lot of these are useful for air to circulate or for water to drain out. Really precisely sized, these openings. Another twine tray. They're much tighter, closer together, another kind of use. This is one particular kind of twining. This is one particular kind of twining. This is a whole different kind of twining. And then you have this plain twining. And then you have this, what they call plain twining over paired warps here at the end. So you have at least 5 different weaving techniques in this basket that you can pick up. And they're being used at particular points of the basket to help the basket do its job. So this is a basket that you would use to do things like sift and to do things like winnow. So it needs to be pretty flexible. It's going to do a lot of this. It's going to do a lot of this. It's going to do a lot of this. And so it has to move. So those are twine baskets.